There are many ways that you can boost your AOV, but this video specifically, I'm talking about how to use the cart. The cart is interesting because it's a high intent area. For customers to even be on the cart, they've normally added something, which means we have information on the customer. So how can we use information we have about the customer to use our catalog to upsell them with value adds or just sweeten the deal so that they add more to their cart? We're going to be copying methods from multi-8-figure brands. My name's Isaac, previous CTO and tech lead of a 500 million D2C brand. Before I dive into the list of all the things that you can do, I just want to set a little bit of context around it. The sunk lost fallacy, I believe, is one of the major things that drives AOV upsells in cart. And the sunk lost fallacy is just when, if you've lost something or you've already spent money or you feel like it's gone, you are more likely to bias towards carrying on instead of cutting your losses. And I don't know why, but that's a human thing. We're loss averse. You've probably all seen that if you spend above X, you get free shipping. And that's a traditional example. Stuff like this works super well for repeat purchases or consumables. So if you think like supplements, toothpaste, vitamins, if you're going to need it later anyway, why wouldn't you add it to the cart now and save on a cost that you would incur if you did it later? Okay, context over. How can we actually use this? I'm breaking this into two types of incentives. I'm going to use economic incentives and value add incentives. Number one, free items over X amount. This tends to work really well if you've got a lot of SKUs, because if customers are interested in multiple things anyway and they were on the fence, this could be the thing that really nudges them, especially if you've got a good recommendation engine where they're likely to visit multiple products per session. Also, free gifts are really cool as well if you have big SKUs, because you can recommend testers for other product lines you think they will be interested in, or product lines that tend to be really popular. So if you have something that, let's say a supplement that gives you energy or something like that, and it tends that most people, once they try this supplement, they're more likely to be repeat purchases, is there any way you could give them sort of a tester as a free gift? So it doubles as both. It makes the AOV bigger and it's more likely to get them into a new product line. Number two, % off over X amount. And this tends to work well when you have a good mix of high ticket and low ticket items. So for example, if you set your pricing threshold, what would normally be near the two high ticket items, if somebody has one high ticket item, it kind of forces them to buy a second if they want that discount. However, if they've already bought two and they're very close to the discount, but it doesn't really justify them adding another high ticket item, if you got low ticket items. So for example, if you are selling expensive coats like £1,000, £500, and your threshold is like 1,500, they kind of need to add at least two items to get the discount, which means that you're sort of doubling the amount that they pay. Then you've got something low ticket like socks or, headwear, something that's very cheap and an add-on, just in case they're slightly below the threshold, that they can just push it over the line. Number three, multi-tiered. So this is kind of the same as the other two, but instead of just having one free gift over a certain amount, you can do it multiple times. So you could have a free gift of £100, £200, £300, and you can just incentivize people to buy more or, keep going. Let's say they were going to make a £90 purchase and you have a free gift of 100, you might tip them up, but they also might have come on the site planning to make a £160 purchase. And then if you had a gift at 200, it's like, oh, well, how much more is it adding? It's not that much, but it adds up. So they were the economic incentives, which is basically just playing around with the money to make it more, increased value add for the customer. Obviously, your margins, your profit, you need to pick a discount amount or free gift that actually makes sense for you. So that was, have a think, do the math before you implement. And the second type is the value add incentives, which often come via recommendations. So what type of recommendations can you use? Number one, similar items. The easiest one, because we already have this information, is based on the cart. Someone already has things in their cart, are there similar products we can upsell? So for example, you're on a makeup website and you have a lipstick in your cart. Do users need lip liner or something? I'm not 100% how makeup works, but if you are on an electronics website and a TV is in your cart, do you need a HDMI cable? Do you need batteries for the remote? There are a lot of apps that already do this, so you can integrate into your Shopify, and it probably does make more sense for machines to do it generally because they can put all the data together. However, if you understand your customer or you've got a very specific use case for your products, you can pair them manually in ways that a machine might not necessarily pick out. So for example, if somebody buys a TV, do they need a HDMI cable? If you are on a clothing website, everybody needs socks. They always need socks. Put socks in your cart. That is a recommendation. The two ways that really seem to stand out here are, one, they tie directly into the items already in the cart, that it becomes a value add. So for example, let's say they're buying some sort of supplement for sleep. Can you also recommend an eye mask, something that would enhance the experience they're getting? Or Number two, what is something that people always need, like socks? Everybody needs more socks, that you can just remind them at the checkout so that it's easier than them having to go out and get it separately. Think the sunk loss fallacy, right? They've already spent the money here. It's like, oh, I'm spending X amount, why not just do more? The second way you can do recommendations is priced much lower than the initial amount that they're paying. An example of how you can do this is literally on Shopify, making a collection of items below, let's say like £15, and then always showing that in the cart. The reason being, if people are paying for items at like £60, £50, a £15 edition does not seem that big. It's not a whole new decision, and especially if it's something that is kind of usable anyway. So for example, if you're on a supplement website and you buy, this big expensive whey protein kit and everything is £50, and then there's also an additional like electrolytes tab for £5 that's supposed to help with recovery. They're buying a bunch of things anyway. Why not add something I already needed? Number three, bundles with discounts. So if there is a product that is already in a bundle and customers have just bought it as a single item in their cart, you can have an upsell directly into the cart, which is something like, hey, spend £10 more and get this and this as well. And that way it just looks like a good deal. They might have been on the website, they might have not understood the bundle mechanic, or they might have just missed it because they wanted this one item. Or, maybe they added this item to their cart a few days ago, they went away, did something. Now that they've come back and then they see again, oh, I only had £10 more to get this and this, they might be in a better mood. They might just purchase it and upgrade. So if you use bundles, it's a really good idea to offer the option to upsell or upsell subscriptions. In conclusion, these are obviously not all of the things that you can do, but I think they're super solid fundamental starts. And I see most big brands already using these things. If they don't, it's always what I recommend. Hopefully this gets your juices flowing and you get some ideas. Drop in the comments if there's anything I missed out, if there's something I think I can add, or what are the gotchas behind these methods? Have you tried them out and you think, actually, I wouldn't do this for my brand because? Super interested to learn. I love the conversations.